It's the big dream, not the little one. Welcome to the highly anticipated True Dream Talk podcast. This is where real people share real stories, real struggles, and real success. This is my co host, True Son.
Peace. Peace to everybody, man, out there. I know this is highly anticipated, man. A lot of people been answering me about it, hitting my phone. When y'all gonna do the interview? Who y'all gonna interview? All that, man. Well, the time is now. It's right here as we speak. You know what I mean? And without further ado, I would like to introduce our very first guest, Miss Flowsicka. Welcome to the show.
Thank y'all for having me. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you bringing me on.
No problem, man. And first we want to get into tell the people where you from.
I'm from Lynchburg, Virginia, born and raised. I live in the 804 now, but Lynchburg is always gonna be home.
Okay, that's peace. Flo Sicka. How did you get that name? How did this all transpire?
How I actually got the name, I used to I used to call myself Flame On because I got it from Drag On. I'm a huge hip hop fan, but I thought it sounded stupid. So I was like, I was listening to a Bathgate sound, a Bathgate song. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Bathgate. Probably nobody barely ever heard of Bathgate, but he got a song called Flow Sick.
Okay.
And I was like, that is perfect.
Right.
Because I like double entendres, triple entendres. So it's like I like messing with the flow, changing the flow up. So I was like, that's perfect. That's what it is, Flow Sicker.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so look, so you say you into the hip hop culture.
Facts.
You know, when you got your name where it started off from Drag On.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then it made its way to Flow Sicker.
Yeah.
But how did you even start in the music culture? Like, what inspired you? What motivated you? What gave you that push?
One person, the Notorious B.I.G. When I first seen him in '94, I was like, man, this big dude is killing it, and he didn't fit the description of, you know, what the world wanted to see, and I didn't either. So it was like, yeah, that's what I'm about to do. And I was always good with the words, so like with like literature and English and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, this is my calling right here. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's been up ever since.
Okay, so like, what year did you how old were you when you really took it serious?
Well, actually, I took it serious when I was around about 8 years old. But I actually started recording. I was writing at 8, 9, 10 years old. But I actually started going to the studio and recording at like 15, 16. Okay. Like when I really started to try to get into the industry. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing it for a long time.
And you know, back in the day when, well, it wasn't that long ago, but when you was rapping and you was putting it on CDs, I used to buy your CDs. One day I had actually met you and got a CD off of you, and I used to ride around like, yeah, I'm listening to Flow Sicker. And I mean, it was tight, you know, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just was trying to find a way out of a sticky situation. You know what I'm saying? We came from very little, you know, poverty. We didn't know we was in poverty, but when you think back, we was in poverty, trying to get out of that situation, trying to use the music to get out of a sticky situation. You know what I'm saying?
Word. So, a lot of people in the hip hop culture, chase after dreams like that.
Right.
especially when they see brothers like the Notorious B.I.G.,
Mm-hmm.
they see brothers like Jay-Z and
Mm-hmm.
Nas, you know, and these brothers are crazy successful.
Right.
But then you got individuals that uh, they love the culture, they
Right.
love hip hop, they even love to rap themselves,
Mm-hmm.
but they haven't, you know, achieved the next level.
Right.
So, what is it, or any advice that you got for any kind of rapper
Right.
that's on the come up? They might have been into music since 8 years old as well.
Yes.
And so, what advice would you have for anybody that's trying to get into the hip hop culture? Because you know it's very diverse right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can come with your own sound these days
Facts.
and still win.
My advice is don't chase a deal. Chase, success. So what I mean by that is like you gotta put money into yourself. You can't sit around waiting on these people with record labels to come through and like that's hard or whatever like that. I'm gonna sign him because people not looking at talent no more. They looking at hard work. Hard work beats talent any day. When you put them both together, you get success. You know what I'm saying? So I would say invest in yourself before you even expect anybody to invest in you. That's what I would. That's my because when I was out there, I was putting thousands and thousands of dollars into myself, and that's one of the main reasons how I got into that lifestyle. Into the in the streets and stuff. So yeah,
Okay.
invest in yourself. That's the best advice I can give you.
So, what have you learned from the streets that you can tell just anybody in general?
I learned that the streets they don't love you.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna suck you dry until you die or go to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to prison, they gonna think about you for a little bit, and then they gonna forget about you, and then you just a number inside of a wall. So it's like it changed your whole mindset. If it don't change your whole mindset, then it's really your hope very it's no hope for you. So um yeah, it suck you dry, man. It suck you dry, but the allure. It's not even the money, it's the allure of making the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it'll suck you dry. And when you up in there, you got a lot of time to think. Because you by yourself. You ain't the glitz and the glamour, that's gone. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So, what would you tell like a woman out here working a
Mm.
job? What advice could you give her from another woman's point
A
of view?
woman that's working legally, a job,
Mm-hmm.
keep pushing, man. And
Mm-hmm.
it get hard, and it's a struggle. The economy messed up right now, so. But I would say keep pushing. Like don't fall off that wagon and try to get into the lifestyle because it's only two ways out of that, and that's death or prison. So just keep
And
pushing.
so you got these little young females out here.
Mm-hmm.
You got females they out here. They like, yeah, I mess with this dude because he got this money, he got this, he
Mm-hmm.
got that, and they want the fame of who they messing with, and they willing to be out here trying to be a ride or die, getting that title. What would you tell to younger females or even older females who is out here, taking charges for other men or well for their man
Mm-hmm.
and just in the streets with a man?
I say, man, get away from it because I was locked up with so many women that took a charge for a man, or the charge got thrown on them and the man dipped on them. Like they just in there and no support. The kids is doing whatever. So I just say get away because like I'm a person, I ain't telling on nobody. So if I get caught, then that's a choice I made. You know what I'm saying? That's a
Mm-hmm.
choice I made. I gotta deal with the consequences. So I say get away before that even transpires. You know what I'm saying? Before you even in that situation. Don't put yourself in that situation, period. So
You know, that's a real sticky, touchy, fine line subject, right?
Right.
Because I've been in the streets myself. I've been incarcerated myself.
Right.
So everything that you're saying is 100% correct. All right. So now you got different dynamics that
Right.
play a factor in these type of situations. Some women or young ladies fall in love,
Right.
right, with a man before they even know what he about or what he
Right.
into,
Right.
right?
Right.
Some already know and they
Right.
just chasing the bag. But eventually, emotions come into the picture. So when emotions come into the picture, it'll cloud the vision,
Right.
not only for women, but for guys as well.
Right.
And that is a hard thing to walk away
It
from.
very much is.
That's why a lot of women are hurt. Some men hurt too.
Right.
Because they chasing after this feeling, but the individual they with may not even be worthy of everything that they going through.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I've been incarcerated multiple times. I did 23 years. And I've learned that when you get incarcerated, a lot of people that was around you, they disappear.
Facts.
And that goes exactly back to what you were saying about women taking charges for the guy, and the guy then took off. Now she bidding. You know what I
Right.
mean? You gotta stand for count. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see if you're gonna get some mail, you gonna get some money on your books so you can feed yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But if you ain't got none of that, you gotta get a prison job to try to fend for yourself. And they paying us like 45 cents an hour.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's like $70 a month.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Pretty
saying?
much. Yep.
So during your incarceration or whatever, how did you like keep a level head, or did you keep a level head, or did you like sink into some misery and overcame it, like, or did you meet somebody that schooled you to the game, or how did you manage to overcome that adversity?
Right. So I met OGs early on in my bid. You know, they kind of like coached me before I even got to DOC, before I even touched state grounds or whatever. I met OGs in the jail, like, you know, that did it and did 10, 15 years, and, you know, in the prison system. So they kind of like schooled me on what to look forward to, you know. Like, you know, Shawty, you got a long time to go, you know. You need to watch out for this, and this. So they kind of schooled me. So, but I've always been like a level-headed person. Like I'm a observer. So I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna observe before I, you know, interact or anything. So just keeping my sanity, man, while I was in there. But I went through things, depression and I had anxiety. I think I got like PTSD. It's, you deal with a lot of mental health issues when you go in there, and you don't even realize you're dealing with mental health issues until you really like come home. You know what I'm saying? Until you really like come home, like, damn, I'm kind of messed up mentally a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I've noticed that, like, my anxiety is very high. PTSD, like, I can't sit with my back to no doors. I just, I don't know. It changed me a lot. So, no, it just keep me on my P's and Q's. But I just stay sane, you know, with my real friends, keeping in touch, because a lot of people disappeared when I was in there. But I had a couple people, handful of people that stayed true to me, and they kept me sane, you know, talking to them or whatever like that. And, you know, my grandma and my sister or whatever, my brother. But I lost a lot of people while I was in there too. So that, you know, it go both ways. It just go both ways. So
Yeah, definitely, man. And it was, it's a struggle. You know, one of the things that I used to always say, man, was that some people that's incarcerated is mentally free. And people that's on the outside, they physically free, but mentally locked up.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So, during my incarceration this last time, I invested in books.
right,
And that's how I got through my situation. because I had did it previously.
Yeah.
So I knew how to bid. I know how to do time. So I invested over $1,000 in books. You see what I'm saying? And I educated myself. I got crazy certificates. I taught classes. I did all that in the prison system because I was preparing myself for when I come home, not to ever look back.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And some of the people that's incarcerated waste their time playing games and, doing frivolous activities. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really prepare themselves for the outside world.
They don't.
You know what I mean? So when they come outside, they gonna be like blindsided by the new reality. And technology in these days is, is 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't keep up, you get left off.
Behind. Yeah. But I read a lot of books when I was on the inside, but books get you through on the inside. But yeah, if you always gotta have a plan. That's you gotta have a plan, then you gotta execute the plan.
Right.
You just can't have a plan and don't execute it. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely came home with a plan and I hit the ground running.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I keep pushing and I don't fall back into my old habits because I built that plan year by year. I built that plan and I came home and I executed that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's most peace, man. And it's the same with me. This podcast, me and Dreamer, she started it first.
Right.
She already had a couple interviews or whatever. But this was, history in the making.
Right.
This is months and months of planning, to execute what we doing right now today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I will say that a lot of females, they don't want to give other females like their flowers.
Right.
Like they too busy. Whatever. I ain't gonna blow her head up. I'm gonna blow your head up because I feel like you are a real one. And so, when me and him was talking and like, who would be the first interview? We felt like you. You know what I'm saying? Because we want real people, real struggles, real success. You feel me? Like, and you did your time.
Right.
Overcome your struggles. And, I have to salute you for that because it takes a lot. Like me seeing, he a man, but me seeing what he, got to do, getting jobs in there, doing different things. The people that I thought were close to him, they weren't there, they left, we have a son and, everybody disappears, but you got a lot of people around when everything good, the money good, everything. So me just watching him, I even admire him because I'm like, it takes a strong person.
Yes.
So from a it's not easy for a man, but for you to be a woman, like I definitely got to give you your flowers now.
I sure appreciate that.
And you too, son.
And I want to say welcome home.
Yeah.
I remember I just seen you on a video, and I'm just noticing that was you. But welcome home.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. The same brother that's doing this the videography.
Yeah.
The same brother that did the welcome home joint. Brother named Dion, you know what I mean? Good work. You know what I mean? And all
Cheers
that.
to him.
Cheers to him. He behind the camera now, you know what I'm saying? But this is how this joint's supposed to be, man.
Right.
We gonna sip a little bit if you sip. If some of y'all want to come get an interview and y'all don't sip, that's cool. We might have this at different locations. You know what I mean? To keep it fresh for the city and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But back to Flowsicka though. So what's going on right now at this present time with Miss Flowsicka?
Well, like I said, I built that plan year by year. Took a lot to build my plan, so I came home, I executed. But I ended up starting to work at a warehouse when I was incarcerated. So they got like a little thing where you can get a gate pass and you can go out into you can go out into the public and you can work in real places, but you got a guard hovering over you.
Yeah.
But I ended up landing a job in a warehouse. So as my time is approaching, and I get approved for work release because they changed the law, so my
Right.
time kind of got cut down. So I got approved for work release.
Okay.
So I just I ask a lot of questions. Like I be asking a lot of questions. So I'm asking the COO, like, I'm telling him like I want to drive trucks and stuff. I work on the back of trucks every day. I wanna drive trucks. It's my mind is set on it. Either you gonna help me or I'm gonna do it on my own. But he ended up finding this program that allowed state employees to get their CDL for free. Like I didn't have to pay for it. So they helped me get my CDL for free through the state. And the plan actually started before I got out of prison. Well, I was in work release. So, before I got out of work release, they had set the plan in motion for me to my second week home, I started CDL class. So I just started at that warehouse is what started me wanting to drive trucks. So then when I came home, I finally got out of work release. I came home the second week home. They sent me to these classes. I started doing classes. Man, I suck for real. I suck, but I'm gonna tell you, I suck with the bagging up them trucks and stuff. It's so hard. I was trash, but I kept working at it. It took me a little longer because I never drove no truck or nothing like that. It was just an idea because I've always worked on the back of trucks, like for like the last 3 years of my bid. But I kept working at it because once I'm locked in on something, ain't nobody gonna stop me from doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I locked in on it and I finally got it.
Yeah,
So
congratulations on that.
So actually the warehouse that I used to work at when I was incarcerated, they bought me back as a employee, a state employee. That's why I work at now. And I drive trucks for that same company.
Okay.
So that's how but it took a while because I was trash with the trucking. For I ain't gonna lie.
I'll be scared I'll tip it over or something.
Man, it's a lot.
My whole family, man, drive track and trailers, man. My father, my uncles, my cousin wives, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my family, my father's friends and friends of the family, like they all into the trucking game. And my father, long time ago, wanted me to get into the trucking game, but I was caught up in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get back with you,
Right.
But as you get older, and more mature, things begin to make so much sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where you at presently.
Right.
Right? So what's the future look like? You know what I'm saying, for Miss Flowsicka, man. Do you got anything that you want to give the people to look out for? Ways for the people to contact you? You know what I'm saying? Any of that good stuff?
For the future, I always got goals. Like, I always got goals. I want to, actually have a couple trucks.
Okay.
And I don't want to have to drive my trucks. I want to sit back while I employ other people. I want my own trucking company.
Yeah.
So, but that's down the line. I want a vending machine company. Like, I want to, get into the vending machine game. I want to get into the laundromat game. Like, I got a lot of ideas, like, what I want to do. But, and once I lock in on it, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. But, like, super far out, I want to own my own trucking company. Like, or either, like, just a line of trucks. And I employ other drivers. I sit back while they drive or whatever. I don't want to have to drive. Eventually, I want to grow so I don't even have to get behind the wheel of a truck. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting all the knowledge and all the game, from the trucking industry to make my move. But that's gonna be down the line. But yeah, what was your next question? What was your next question?
Before we get to the next question, because the next question was though, is there any way these people can get in contact with you? But look, before we get to that, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just, throw my little 2 cents in right quick. What you speaking on is entrepreneurship.
Right.
And I've learned through my studies that that's how you get to the next level of success. is through entrepreneurship, right? Because, you know, what comes with that is financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got to understand how to manage money, how to budget, how to save.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? How to invest. You know what I mean? You got to understand financial literacy. You also have to have discipline. You know what I'm saying? You got to sacrifice. You know what I mean? To get ahead like that, right? And I learned that like folks that simply depend on a 9 to 5,
Right.
it becomes a cycle of life for, you know, 10 years to pass.
Right.
Not too much was accomplished. I don't knock the 9 to 5 folks. I think it's good that you're doing something productive with your life. But at the same time, job security become the fear from a person stepping out and banking on their own intelligence.
Right.
So if you step out, you just said, I got out of knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you know better, you do better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole objective. Like, listen, if your every thought is how I'm gonna pay this bill, how I'm gonna pay that bill, how I'm gonna pay this bill, then you dealing with a survival mentality.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once you get beyond that,
Yeah.
it becomes status, right? Now you get to switch your whip. Now you ain't worried about bills.
Yeah.
Now you might throw a little jewels on. Now you can splurge. You can drink top shelf stuff. You know what I'm saying, or what not have you, right? And then you get to the status level, and that's right above survival.
Right.
Worrying about bills all the time.
Right.
So after now, when you don't care about the jewels, you don't care about the tinted on the windows, you don't care about the chrome rims, that status level, now you go to another level dealing with freedom.
Right. That's what it is.
And philanthropy, giving back to communities and things of that nature. So you said everything that I wanted you to say. Not that I wanted you to say, but I kind of knew you was gonna say it. Because that's what we here for. We want to give the people inspiration. We want to give the people motivation. You know what I'm saying? We want the people to look at us three here.
Right.
And like, yo, if they can do it, we can do it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why we chose you to be the first guest.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of people know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people may not understand who you are.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And what made you who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So on to the next question. How can the people like follow you? How can the people like get in touch with you? You know what I'm saying? Or they might want a speaking engagement or anything. How can the people find you?
At Flowsicka, FLOWSICKA on Instagram. Flowsick Wilkins on Facebook. At every other platform at Flowsicka. Flowsicka Music at gmail.com if you want to Gmail me.
I was gonna do a freestyle battle with you, but I don't think I'm ready for you. Hey.
I'm about to drop a video soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You already got the track laid, or you know what I mean? It's all in process.
You already know. I told you I plan ahead.
Okay. Say less, man. Yo, this is a beautiful interview.
It was.
And we thank you for coming. Is there any final thoughts? Is there anything that you got in your mind that you want to go ahead and get out your mind while we on this camera for this clip in? You know what I'm saying? It's a shout out. You want to get some shout outs? You want to, you know what I mean? Big up anybody? Like,
listen, everybody know what it is. You know you mean something to me, shout out to you. But I just want to say to the young folks in the streets, man, get up out them streets before it's too late. Listen, use my story, his story, to learn a thing or two, because shit all good and fine when you out there and you making that money and everybody showing you love and all that stuff. But when you go down and you behind that cold cement box,
yeah,
you gonna see the real. So get out them streets, man. Everybody telling. it ain't nothing but two ways about it there, and that's death or that box. You understand me? And both of them come with a box. But get up out of there and start listening to your OGs when they trying to tell you something good, man. It's no success coming up out of that. You're gonna get caught sooner or later. So just get up out there, man, and do something productive, something positive. It's so many ways to make money, man. You ain't gotta be no dope boy to make no money. So many ways to make money. Get up out them streets and live free. You don't want to be like me and him. And that's all I gotta say.
Word, man, and I appreciate it. That was good advice to y'all youngins. You know what I mean? If my advice on top of hers, think before you speak, think before you act.
Facts.
Read some books. I got a lot of good authors, man. Supreme Understanding, Napoleon Hill, man. Check them books out, man. You know, some good stuff, man. Once you start, you might get addicted to the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And the more knowledge you possess, the more options and opportunities will come to you. More doors will be open because you'll be able to speak different languages.
Church.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody come in a business suit with the briefcase and they worth 500 million. What you gonna say to that man? You know what I mean?
You gotta be able to hold a conversation with him, and you gotta be able to adapt.
That's right.
A man come through with a suit, you gotta be able to have that conversation and sound good doing it.
Yeah.
So knowledge is key.
Yeah, lose the curse words.
Yeah.
But,
and my final thoughts is y'all listen to them because they done been through it, and I mean they done really said everything that I can even think of. You know, she has a lesson, he has a lesson, and you know, don't make the same mistakes that they made. You know, they learned from their mistakes, and it's not always about being a ride or die to your homies, ride or die to your man, you know, ride or die to your girl, you know, and stay true to yourself.
Right.
Word. That's most peace, man. Thank you for coming.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, we might can do this again in the future.
Yes.
When
Thank
you get your
you.
trucking company or before then, you know what I'm saying?
Teach me how to drive a truck.
I can definitely do that.
And I appreciate you coming to the set, man.
Thank you for having me.
Peace to everybody, man.